Hi, and welcome. And thank you for stopping by. Hope you've been having a good day today. So thank you, and God bless you. So, um, every once in a while, here and there, I'm going to read you something out of the Word of God or, the Bible uh, that has something to do with food, okay? Whether it be about Adam and Eve eating the forbidden fruit, uh, you know, um, or this one that I'm going to read to you about Jesus feeding the 5,000, okay? And a bunch of other stuff in the Bible about food. And so every once in a while, when I read you something from the Word of God in the Bible, it'll be something that about food, okay? And so I decided um, I can't just read you one gospel version of the 5,000. Okay? Okay. If you're a Christian, if you go to church or Sunday school, you know that um, all four gospels um, they tell uh, a different version of something. Okay? So I decided I'll read you Jesus feeding the 5,000 four times. Uh, that means from Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and we'll see if it was a little different. Okay. For the first one, and then I got here in Matthew. Okay. Uh, chapter 15, and it said 32. Chapter 15, verse 32, and I think it goes all the way. Okay. Okay. So then Jesus called his disciples unto him and said, I have compassion on the multitude because they continue with me now 3 days and have nothing to eat. And I will not send them away fasting, lest they faint in the way. And his disciples said unto him, Whence should we have so much bread in the wilderness as to fill so great a multitude? And Jesus said unto them, How many loaves ye have you? And they said, 7 and a few little fishes. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the ground. And he took the 7 loaves and the fish, and gave thanks, and brake them, and gave to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. And they did all eat, and they were filled, and took up of the broken meat that was left 7 baskets full, and they that did eat were 4,000 men, besides women and children. And he sent away the multitude and took ship and came into the coast of Macedonia. Okay, so uh, now, now, uh, now we gotta find where is the other one. Okay, it says Mark 6. Okay, go to book of Mark, the second gospel, and 30. Okay, 30. Um, 30. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. So it said here. Okay. Uh, Mark 8. Okay. So this is what it says in my Bible. Okay. So, uh, Mark 8. In those days, the multitude being very great, having nothing to eat, Jesus called his disciples unto him and said unto them. I have compassion on the multitude, because they have now been with me 3 days and have nothing to eat. Uh, and if I send them away fasting to their own house, they will faint by the way, for the vision of them came from forth. And his disciple answered him, From whence can a man satisfy these men with bread hent in the wilderness? And he asked them, How many loaves have ye? And they said, 7. And he commanded the people to sit down on the ground, and took the 7 loaves, and gave thanks, and brake, and gave to his disciples to set before them, and they did set them before the people. And they had a small fish and bread, and commanded to set them also before them. So they did eat and were filled, and they took up the broken meat, and there were left 7 baskets. And they that had eaten were about 4,000. He set them away, and straightway entered into a ship. Okay, so, okay, and now we go to Matthew, Mark, Luke. Now we go to Luke. And now we need to see where is okay. Um let's see here. What did it say? Um I'm trying to find. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so I think this is it. Chapter 9 in the book of Luke. Okay, okay. So but he said unto them, Give ye them to eat. And they said, We have no more but 5 loaves and 2 fishes, except we should go and buy meat for all these people. For they were about 5,000 men. And he said to his disciples, Make them sit down by 50 in a company. And they did so, and made them all sit down. Then he took the loaves, the 5 loaves, and the 2 fishes, and he looked up to heaven. And he blessed them, and brake, and gave to the disciples to set before the multitude. And they did eat, and were all filled, and they were taken up a fragment, and that remained to them 12 baskets. And came to pass, as he was alone praying, his disciples were with him, and he asked them, saying, Whom said the people that I am? They answered, said John the Baptist, but some said Elijah. Another said that one of the old prophets is risen again. He said unto them, But who say ye that I am? Peter said unto him, The Christ. of God. He straight charged them and command them to tell them no man that thing. Okay, so that's it. Now we go to the last of the four Gospels, John, and let's see where it is. John chapter 6. Okay, John chapter 6. After these things went over to the Sea of Galilee, which is the Sea of Tiberias, and the great multitude followed him, because they saw his miracle which he did on them that were and Jesus went up into a mountain, and he sat with his disciples, and the Passover and the feast of the Jews was one night. When Jesus then lifted up his eye and saw a great company come unto him, he said unto Philip, what shall we buy bread that they may eat? And then he said, to prove him, for he himself knew what he would do, Philip answered him, 200 pennyworth of bread is not sufficient for them, that every one of them may take a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, Simon, Peter, brother, said unto him, there is a lay here which hath 5 barley loaves and 2 small fishes, but what are they among so many? Jesus said, make the men sit down. Now they were much grass in the place. The man sat down, and the number about 5,000, and Jesus took the loaf, and when he had given thanks, he distributed to the disciples, and the disciples to them that were set down, likewise the fishes as much as they were filled, and said unto his disciples, gather up the fragment that remained, that nothing be lost. Therefore they gathered them together, and filled 12 baskets with fragments of the 5 barley loaves, which remained over and above unto them that had eaten. That those men, when they had seen the miracle that Jesus did, they said that it was the truth, that prophet that should come into the world. Okay, so so each of them was a little different. Okay, um, so so thank y'all for watching. I will try to do more reading and talking about food from the Bible. Okay, and okay, and let me know. Do you ever read about food from the Bible? And thank you for watching. Thank you, and God bless you. Until next time. Thank you. Until next time.